adopted the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT. Okay, so it is streamlined a bit so that you're not doing 4 separate maneuvers. This is one maneuver broken down into 4 segments. So we're going to look at those different segments from the inside and from the outside. Lucky you. Okay, here we go. We're going to wait till that bus goes by. All right, here we go. All right. First, what we're going to do, we're going to go straight forward. There are 2 rectangular boxes, one on each side, on each end of this parking space. And we're going to drive forward slowly. And when we feel like we are in between the forward rectangular box at the opposite end of this setup, we are going to stop at that point in time. You can go as slow as you want, but you cannot stop and start. So take a speed that you know you're comfortable with and that you know that you can stop when you're in the proper location. So see the box, the rectangular box, that's what we're aiming for. We can go nice and slow. Like I said, we just have to keep that forward movement. When we're between those lines, we're going to stop. We're going to pull our brake, put it in neutral, and honk our horn. That will indicate to the examiner that you've completed that aspect of the maneuver. Okay? Once they score your position, you're going to move on to the next segment. The next segment, we're going to drive completely forward of the parking space behind us. Okay, so see where this cone is, we're going to kind of go up to there. That will put us completely forward of the space behind us that we need to back all the way through. So this next segment is straight line backing. Okay, so we're going to put our hazard lights on. We're going to put it in reverse, beep beep before we back. Okay, tally ho, here we go. All right, it's nothing more than straight line backing, so we want to make sure that we can see 2 cones on both sides. We got 2 there, and we've got 2 on the left. Okay, we're just going to go between the 2 cones, easy breezy. Okay, you can take this again as slow as you want, and you're going to put the front bumper of your bus completely behind the last set of cones behind us. Okay, and this will complete the second portion of this 4-step process. Okay, I go far enough back so I can see the 2 cones back here completely forward of the bumper of my bus. Then I will pull my parking brake, put my gear shift into neutral, and honk my horn again. That again is an indicator that you have completed that aspect of the maneuverability exam. Okay, now we're going to do what's called a tracking maneuver. We're going to take our rear dual and put it between the front, the far cone on the left, and there's a line in the pavement. Kathy will try to get that line. You'll see it when we do the outside. It's forward, and when I go through it, I'll try to point it out, and we'll try to get Kathy to hone in on it. Okay, here we go. So this is a tracking maneuver. We're going to track our rear right dual between that front cone, front left cone, and the line next to it. You don't start moving over to the left until those dotted lines appear. Okay, so we're going to position ourselves, not your front steer tire, that was that line that we're talking about, but our rear dual. Okay, so it's coming into view as you can see in that mirror, and we want to make sure that it's between the cone and that line that we showed you just a moment ago, and we did. So that's our tracking maneuver right there. We want to be completely forward of that space. Okay, once we're completely forward, we can see the whole box to the right of us. Kathy will get kind of a close-up of that in the mirror. Now we're going to do the final aspect of the maneuver. We're going to complete the maneuverability process with this last segment. We're going to put the bus back into reverse, beep before we back. With this, we're going to take and put ourselves back in the position that we just left from. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Kathy's going to give you kind of a look from the mirror, and then we'll do it from the outside all over again. So once our rear dual reaches that cone, we're going to start positioning ourselves into that box. Okay, and then we'll look over here to make sure that we see the box behind us. We'll look in this lower mirror here. Okay, and we're just going to go kind of slow. We don't want to hit any of the cones going in, and we don't want to encroach to the right. So once we see the cones on the right and our cones on the left, we're going to go straight back. Now, what's different about this here is we're going to stop the bus when we think that our bumper is about between that box, like we did for the front one. We're going to do that same thing in the back. Okay, and so for me, right, take a look. Okay, all right, so we're going to put this into our parking brake set, this into neutral. We will turn this off, take our key with us, and go take a look at our final position. It would help if I open the door first. Okay, all right. 3-point contact, make sure you do it. Okay, all right, let's go see how my depth perception is. Okay, not quite. Here's the good news. The good news is I took my get about to make sure that I was either in or not in position. I am not. So what I get to do is I have a free pull-up or a free positioning. So I'm going to take that at this time and I'll check my position again. Once I check my position the second time, I cannot get up out of my seat for a third time. If you get up out of your seat the third time, it is an automatic failure. So never check more than twice, okay? But I can correct it at this time. So let's go do that. And this is exactly what this is testing, is your depth perception. Okay, so it takes some practice. It's not easy. Okay, all right. And as you saw, I don't have to move much, but it is just outside of that box, okay? All right, so of course we did our safe start. And don't worry about time. You have 40 minutes to complete this entire maneuver, okay? So never worry about time. We got lots of time to get this done. All right. Okay. So I'm only going to back a very small amount. Okay, here we go. All right, and that's gonna call it for me. And once again, let's turn everything off. Open the door. And check our final position once again. Okay, 3-point contact. And as you can see, it was a very easy thing to adjust. So always, always, always take your free get up and look. Okay, you can correct anything that might be wrong. Maybe you have encroached slightly to the left or encroached slightly to the right. It's an easy way to adjust something that is not quite right. And here it is. Now, what they will make you do is get back on the bus and honk the horn to complete the maneuver. And they do that because people will say, well, I wasn't done yet, if they didn't pass at that time. So they're going to make you get back on the bus, honk the horn, as an indicator that you have completed. So let's go do that. I know that I'm in my final position and we're good to go, so I'm just going to honk the horn. That indicates that I'm done with that segment of the maneuver, okay? And that's the end of the maneuver. So we're going to show you what that looks like at full speed, or regular speed, and what it looks like from the outside. Your examiner will not be on the bus with you. They will be looking at it from the outside. So Kathy's going to go out and show you what it looks like from the outside. Thanks, Kathy.
So since this is the outside view, Therese is just backing up to get into position to do the first part. So if you're just joining us here, we're doing the portion of the maneuverability that is relatively new in the state of Ohio. So this first person, she's gonna pull up and she wants her front bumper in this box here. You can go as slow as you want, just keep continuous motion going. Okay, she's indicated that she is done. The examiner has marked. So she's gonna pull up here. For this next portion here, she's just doing a straight line back. Essentially, it's what it is. So you want to just do a straight line back. Make sure you're not encroaching on either the right or the left side. You're going to go all the way back until your front bumper is beyond that last box. Then when you get back there at that point in time, set your parking brake, put it in neutral, and honk your horn. So honking your horn is indicating that I am completed with this portion, and she just did that. So now we're gonna do that tracking motion again. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come straight, and you can't start turning until you start to get into this striped line here, which is what she's doing. And then you want your outer right dual to be between this cone and that line right there. Don't be concerned where your front cone, your front tire is per se. Make sure it's not in the box. As you see right there, went right between that. Now she's gonna start backing up. So when you start backing up on this one, we're going back to that original position. The only difference is on this one, you want to make sure you're not encroaching on the left or right as you back in. And also, you want your back bumper to be in this back box here. Again, you can go as slow as you want. Make sure you're parallel, because they do take points off if you're not parallel. So Therese is gonna get out here and she's gonna check her position. Now on this one, you are allowed to check yourself up to twice. So let's see where she landed here.
Ta-da!
Woohoo! So again, like I said, on this one, you're allowed to get out twice, no more than twice. If
Getting
you
out
get
twice results in an auto fail, so don't get out more than twice, okay?
And that also includes do not open your door. If you open your door for a third time, you're done too.
So if you need to talk to the examiner and you've already been off the bus twice, have them come to the window and open your window, okay? All right, well that concludes our second live of the day. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.